I have always wanted to do a book review, so today I'm going to do just that. And what better book to start with than what many would consider the greatest book ever written? That's right, today we're going to look at the Bible.
Hey, the holy fucking Bible, son.
Pardon me? The Holy fucking Bible. It's hard to cover all the authors of this book. You could say there are 35 or so, but I think most people would agree that there's one true author. We all know who that is. It's, you know. But that's not really what we're going to look at. What I've decided to do is prove that no matter what you like to read, this book has something for you. So today, I'm going to tell you, you will like this book if you enjoy any of the following genres or topics. If you just can't get enough of magical spells, fanciful locations, talking animals, we've got you covered. You'll love the king that gets turned into a yak. There's a talking snake, a talking ass, a talking burning tree. There's a tribute to Pinocchio with a man who gets stuck inside a whale's belly. There's even a guy who magically loses all of his power as soon as he gets a haircut. If you love reading about when Mother Nature strikes back, we've got you covered. A global flood that kills all but 8 people. Entire towns wiped out by fireballs. A sea that opens and closes on command. Earthquakes, solar eclipses, and maybe most terrifying of all, the time that it rained. Frogs. The book of the generation of Jesus Christ, the son of David, the son of Abraham. Abraham begat Isaac, and Isaac begat Jacob, and Jacob begat Judas and his brethren. And Judas begat Phares and Zerah of Thamar. And Phares begat Ezram. And Ezram begat Aram. And Aram begat Aminadab. And Aminadab begat Nason. And Nason... You know what? Fuck it. Read it yourself. There are so many great women to read about in this book. First of all, we have Eve, the mother of all mankind. Unfortunately, she's also the sole reason that all mankind would be punished for the rest of time. Then there's Lot's wife. She was killed because she had the audacity to show even the slightest concern for the welfare of her neighbors. Herodias was a woman that knew what she wanted, and what she wanted was an innocent man's head on a platter. Of course, we can't forget Mary, the mother of Jesus. She was sexually assaulted by an invisible spirit.
I'm pregnant.
There's Jezebel, whose name to this day just means treacherous woman. What about Delilah? Remember the magical hairdo guy from earlier? Well, he loved Delilah, but she betrayed him, which ultimately led to his death. Actually, the more I think about it, maybe this isn't the book for you. The account of Abraham reminds us that as a parent, we have no bigger obligation than to listen to the word of a talking cloud, even if it means murdering our own children. You are in luck. There are so many rules in this book. For example, women are not allowed to menstruate at home. Children are not allowed to misbehave. Ever. Slavery is cool, as long as you follow certain slaver rules. Sex outside marriage, stealing, murder, prostitution. These are but a few of the things that are talked about in the rules section. Oddly enough, the punishment for most of them was death, actually. Ooh, fun fact, there are people today that think some of these rules should still be upheld. But not all of them, because some of them are just symbolic or metaphorical. But not all of those, because Some of them actually, it's complicated. The Bible starts out with just two people, and then those two people have children, and then they have children, and then they have children, and pretty soon the whole world is populated. That's pre-population family loving right there. Remember the flood from earlier? Well, only 8 people survived that, and they were all related. Yet pretty soon the world was once again populated. That's post-apocalyptic family loving. After Sodom and Gomorrah were destroyed and their mother was killed, Lot's daughters acted quickly to get their father drunk so that they could they wanted babies. That's grieving process family loving. The more I think about it, the Bible might actually be for a very specific kink group.
What are you doing, step bro?
You like spooky, crazy, wild stuff? I have 4 words for you. The Book of Revelation. King, Poe, Lovecraft, they wish they had this kind of imagination. Do you love reading about the personal journeys and setbacks of others? To see how people overcome and reach the top despite all the things put in their way? Well, the Bible has an excellent example of that. We get to read the story of the one, the only, Jesus Christ. We don't really get a lot about his childhood, but once he hits 30, there is so much information. We get to see just how positive and kind and loving he was. He healed the sick, he looked out for the poor, he never looked down on anyone. He saw pretty much everybody as equals. He was genuinely a true role model. So of course he had to be killed by corrupt politicians and self-righteous religious leaders. But I'm happy to say that this tragedy does in fact have a happy ending. If I'm being honest, this is probably my favorite part of the book. This Jesus cat, I mean real or not, just seemed to have so much to offer, so many lessons that we could learn from. Like, how great would it be if people today actually emulated some of the stuff that he taught? I could probably go on and on and on, but I think you get the general idea. This book has a plethora of colorful characters, interesting stories, great set pieces. There really is a lot to enjoy about reading this book, so I would encourage you to do it. But I would, however, caution you. Just like any fantasy book, try not to take it too seriously, because after all, it is just a really old book. Except for that Jesus stuff, that dude sounded totally boss. Frogs.